Howdy, y'all, and good time zone! Welcome back to Humans of Twitch, a podcast showcasing the diverse backgrounds of individuals who have found enjoyment and community through online gaming. I'm your host, RYANNNNN, and this week we are chatting with someone I have met up with a few times, IRL, and it's someone who lives in Texas, which is where I am from, and is just a cool person. I've known him since 2020, and is a very cool speedrunner, which we haven't really interviewed anyone who does a lot of speedruns, and Brian's our guy. So he's a pharmacy student who's about to become legit pharmacist, and also loves gaming and playing really long speedruns and first playthroughs and all that jazz. So I enjoy our little chit chat, getting to know Brian a little bit more, and you get to hear some fun stories between the two of us. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this episode. All right. Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am tired.
I
Sunday.
get that. I feel that.
It's Sunday.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Get to catch up a bit, because you don't do any rotations on Sunday, right?
No. No, it's usually just a Monday through
that's
Friday.
That working life, basically, almost, except very underpaid at this point.
If underpaid is not paid at all, then yes.
Extra underpaid, zero paid.
Yeah.
Or you're paying, actually. This is negative pay. For those who don't know, Ryan's a pharmacist, or at least, in pharmacy school, about to graduate and all that jazz. So yeah, but we'll get into it a little bit more. But yeah, so Ryan, can you give us a small introduction of yourself?
So my name is Ryan, or I go on Twitch by HammerHeadLabs.
That, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of went on the wayside with some of the groups of people that I'm with. Usually kind of go back and forth between the two. Yeah. But yeah, I've kind of been on and off. Well, I was on and off Twitch for a little while. I started in like 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So I originally came to Twitch from so I was a big fan of Achievement Hunter. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, I haven't.
But they're like some like YouTube channel that I watched in, I don't know, like in middle school, high school and stuff like that. And one of the guys went to Twitch. His name's Ray. His username is literally just Ray on Twitch.
Oh my god, how did he get that?
It was
I guess, like ZFG
it was
and stuff, but...
it was other things at first, and then he was able to get it down to. But yeah, it was, and then I was kind of on it for a little while. I even tried streaming a little bit, but kind of fell off of that until 2020 when I came back onto Twitch.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, and so like, what type of games do you like to watch and then I guess play on stream?
Watching, like, I'll kind of go to whatever. Like, I like watching speedruns. Speedruns are fun. But honestly, I usually just watch friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually just hanging out there.
I get that. I'm very similar nowadays.
And then in terms of streaming, I don't know, I've kind of changed up a lot, like, over the past few years, because I've been streaming since 2020. So it's been about like 3.5 years now. So I've kind of switched up from like mainly just speedrunning and then, trying out some other stuff. Now I'm getting into more casual stuff and more speedrunning on the side. And then like at the beginning, it was pretty much all Crash and Spyro. And then like last year, I started getting into like the Resident Evil. So it's just kind of been all over.
Yeah, I love that you went from like super wholesome Spyro, like Splash content, and then you went into Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, that was the only way I was going to watch Resident Evil was because of you. So.
Yeah. Thank Mar for that one. Mar's the one who got me into Resident Evil.
Mar.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Mar. Through the camera. Just kidding. You're great, Mar. Also fun. I don't like. She's so sweet too. Where I would not also associate her with like horror games, but yeah, and yet that's how.
Yeah.
The pipeline happened. Yeah. All right. So hit us with that username origin story. Where is HammerHeadLabs from?
Funny enough, not from a shark. Originally,
really?
Yeah. Back when I first got like an Xbox 360, and had to make like an Xbox Live account and have your gamer tag.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with names, horrible with usernames. Most of like my usernames for sites and stuff are usually just some form of like my full name. So
Oh, okay,
couldn't quite do that for reasons.
Shouldn't quite do that. Shouldn't do that at least.
But it was so like The Offspring is my favorite band, and like their album had just released, and one of the songs on it was Hammerhead.
Really?
So
wait, that's so funny.
Yeah. So I was Hammerhead 3225 because 322 is my birthday, and then 5 is my favorite number. So that's how I went that. And then when I went on to Twitch, I switched it to HammerHeadLabs because I was in college. I was a science major and spent a lot of time in labs. So
yeah, so it became your personality trait.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hey, it worked out well. I mean, you did become a pharmacist, so spending a lot of your time in those labs.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, I like being in the lab. I don't like being in research labs. I think research labs not my thing, but like being in like the IV lab and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Yeah, like in hospitals.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I've spent a little bit of time there, like since my mom's a pharmacist. Yeah, she's worked her gambit of the jobs, and so yeah, she used to work. She works at a VA now.
Okay.
But she worked at I guess more of a standard private hospital. I don't know. It was a private hospital, but yeah, like, and she was just like in the hospital pharmacy. And I would often come and eat lunch with her.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't too locked down at that point, so I don't know about nowadays, but yeah, at least whenever I was a kid.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what all the rules are in terms of like bringing people in. I do know.
Yeah.
So I'm a student now, and at a lot of hospitals, like different departments wear different colors of scrubs.
Oh,
and
that's okay.
Since
so
I'm hopping around to different hospitals, I have like a bunch of different colors of scrubs. And at one of the hospitals, the nurses wear dark blue. So I walked. And I have access to the pharmacy because I'm a pharmacy student. So I like walked into the pharmacy and people were like, "How'd you get in here?"
What are you doing
like,
here?
Yeah.
Get out, you punk.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what was your experience growing up and playing video games then?
Started young. I don't know what was first.
The addiction starts at a young age.
Yeah, I don't know what was first. I had a Game Boy Color and then I had a PS1.
Oh yeah. My Game Boy Color is my first one too.
Yeah. So somewhere in there, I remember playing Pokemon Red. Played that a lot. I remember that Game Boy game with like the camera on it, and you could like take really bad pictures on it. Yeah.
Wait, that sounds so awful.
Yeah, you could. I think there was like an actual like attachment you could do to like actually print the pictures.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sounds so scuffed and also super that'd be a fun, if, like, we're able to find it off eBay or something, that'd be a fun, like, sub-goal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pack that in the back of my brain.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, if I still had my Game Boy Color.
I actually still have mine.
Oh, you do? Oh.
It's at it's in Texas right now. So
okay.
I found it right before I came back, so I found it last weekend, and then, I was like, oh, should I bring this back? I was like, I'll wait until I'm driving back, and so it doesn't, like, I don't know, get squished or something with my luggage and stuff. I don't know. Well, yeah, cool. So what type of games were you playing aside from, I guess, like, on the PS side of things?
I had Crash and Spyro growing up, so that's kind of why I gravitated towards them,
Yeah.
Speedrunning and
stuff like that.
Yeah, because I played them a lot growing up. Played a lot of Spyro 2 and 3, and then Crash 3 and CTR were, like, the main ones I played. I remember I had, like, a Hot Wheels game that I played all the time.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun.
Yeah. But
nice. Yeah.
I remember Cool Borders.
That makes a lot of sense then.
Cool Borders. It was a snowboarding game.
Oh my god, you're such a nerd. Now I had a similar one for GameCube.
Okay.
I think like it was like a new I forget what it was. It's like some acronym or like S60X or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, SSX.
I need to look it up. Maybe it was SSX.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, those are good games. I
that was
had
fun. I had a lot of fun with it.
I had SSX 3, and that was
Oh, okay,
really
okay.
fun. Yeah, I had that one on the GameCube
I
as well.
could not tell you which one it was. I would have to like see gameplay to
Yeah.
like see if I recognize it. I don't think I have the game anymore.
Oh, okay.
But
I
yeah,
I
and I
might
have
have
no.
my
I
copy
don't think I
somewhere.
ever did well on it. I'll be straight up.
Mhm.
Well, cool. So, like, would you say of what are okay? If I were to ask, like, what are some of your favorite games of all time? I assume Crash and Spyro would be up there. But,
Yeah,
like,
though.
what other games would you say?
Yeah, those original trilogies just hold a very special place in my heart. Um,
Hmm.
just like kind of currently, I play a lot of Destiny. I've been playing that game
Okay, yeah.
pretty much on and off for like the past like 10 years now. And
Gotcha.
yeah, and like the main story saga is about to come to an end. And we don't know what's going to happen
Dang,
after that.
that's a little
So,
scary.
yeah, but been playing that like
Surely they would keep it going.
hopefully. I'm hoping because I like to play more.
Yeah.
Um but some other games I just have like I've spent so much time in like, like Skyrim, stuff like
Mm.
that. Love Stardew. I know one of my favorite trilogies that have come out kind of recently was like the Tomb Raider reboot trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Those were really
Yeah.
fun.
I've never played Tomb Raider, although I did play Uncharted recently, and apparently it's similar
Yeah,
gist-ish.
they're similar.
Uh,
I
yeah.
think if you like one, you like the other. But the
Yeah.
one that came out in 2013 is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I play it.
Ooh,
I go through and play through it every once in a while.
that's fun.
Yeah.
You played on because you're mostly PC. Well,
Yeah.
actually, you do a mix. I feel like, but you do a lot more PC than say I do.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, that game is on PC and consoles. So
Okay. Gotcha. So, from your perspective, how did we connect on Twitch?
how did we connect? That was such a
Mhm.
long time ago.
I know we're so old.
Like over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think how it all went down because I came back to Twitch because I saw
Yeah.
like some small ant videos
Hmm.
and I like watched like a couple of his streams and then like that's kind of about it. But one time he raided someone that I don't know if we want to talk about here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they raided you, and that's how I found you. And
And I
then
was also a moderator for that mediary person.
yeah.
And I started seeing Ryan around, and then you ended up in Leanne's too, because I think that person would occasionally raid Leanne, and then you.
I found Leanne through you.
Oh, through me. That's
Yeah.
right. So I raided Leanne, and yeah.
Yeah.
That eventually our circles just kind of like started overlapping a good bit,
Yeah.
and it was just like, oh yeah, this person's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're about the same age and stuff. And I also started watching your streams because you're a very chill speedrunner. And so, and even though I had played a Spyro game before, but it was like not the original trilogy.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
you told me you were gonna. That's what happened.
yeah.
For you. You said you were gonna stream the Spyro games, and then like you never did for 3
I
years.
did.
For 3 years, it took you.
And yet you said you were gonna stop. You were gonna stop watching me once I played it, and
Yeah.
yet here we are.
Yeah, got that, and then got your ban emote.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a. So like, per to Hammerhead, Ryan made his kind of, I guess, emote brand related to sharks, and like especially a hammerhead shark. And I had already had one of my emotes was like my ban emote was a hammerhead shark.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you
But
copied me.
yeah, okay, copying you before I even knew you, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, because all my mainline emotes are belugas, but then my bit emotes are kind of like pun versions, I guess, involving different aquatic animals. Like I have, well, Environfor Seal for Approval is not a bit emote, but
Yeah, but it's still a good
It's-
emote.
it is, yeah. But like my stab emote is a narwhal.
Yeah.
What is some others? Oh, my Environfor, I guess, clown is a clownfish. And it's like a little smirking thing. What is it? Environfor lewd is a sperm whale.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Mhm.
So things like that.
Yeah, all my emotes are just kind of all over the place, really.
You have some banger emotes though.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Like, I have Gem doing all of like my shark related emotes. Zingo's done all pretty much my Pokemon related ones.
Oh, I didn't realize how diverse it was from your
Yeah.
artists. I guess I never knew who did your emotes anyway. So
Yeah, I have a few people who have done like one-off emotes. Like Gage did one of mine. He did my pause emote.
really, oh, your pause emote is one of my favorites.
Yeah. So
Who did your bongo?
that was Gem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Gem. All of the Hammerhead ones are Gem.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah. So, I want to get more emotes. I have a couple ideas, but
yeah, I've like been biting my tongue on many of them.
Yeah.
Especially now that like we finally have a lot of slots, because whenever we first were streaming, we only had 5, but we had to unlock as affiliates.
Yeah, we started with 1, and then
now we start with 1, and you have to unlock with 10 subs each.
Now we have, well, at least I have like 11 static and 11 animated, along with the 5 follower ones.
Yeah.
Plus whatever tier 2, tier 3, whatever bits. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I have like 18. I could just be over exaggerating, don't I? I don't remember the number, but yeah, I kind of want to convert some of my static ones to animated, since I have the animated slots, but I don't have animated emotes because those also weren't a thing whenever we got started.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I have a lot of ideas for like static emotes, but I don't have the slots for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think they'd go over to animated all that well.
No, but I tried converting a PNG to just a GIF, but or a GIF file. No, it was like, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But so I might convert some, but that also requires some monies. Or using the Twitch's default animator thing.
Oh,
I don't know how good it is though.
I think they added some more stuff recently.
Okay, maybe I'll play around with it and see if anything works. But I would like things where like the eyes are blinking, or I don't know.
Yeah, you can't
or, like,
do that.
Say the peak pops up. So
yeah.
But awesome. So cool. So you already touched on like how you've been streaming off and on. Since 2020. But that since 2020, you've also gone through different chapters of your, like you were in college and then now you're in pharmacy school and worked in between, as well as with pandemic.
Yeah.
How has it been like balancing like your Twitch consumption / streaming and then all this schoolwork and rotations and everything?
It's difficult. It definitely was a bit easier when I was pretty much just in classes. I had a lot more free time, I guess. Because now on rotation, I'm pretty much doing like 8 hours, 5 days a week. So streaming has definitely kind of gone to the wayside a little bit, especially because I had a lot of harder rotations at the end of 2023. So I went like 3 or 4 months only streaming like once a month.
Yeah. I know. I missed your stream so much. I was like, I know he's busy, but also Ryan, go live.
Yeah. So I've definitely picked up a little bit, but I did just have like a super busy week this last week. But I've been trying to pick up a little bit more on that. But it really just depends on, what you got going on, what kind of work I have to do outside of rotations, because I'll have like topic discussions. So I'll have to like prepare to like talk about like a certain topic.
Yeah, and it's not like I've been getting more into co-working streams lately, but it's not like you can really do that too much with like what you do.
Yeah, kind of HIPAA laws kind of get in the way of that.
Oh yeah, no, whatever. Come on, United States, you silly gooses.
Can't really stream
IRL stream in the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was working, and then I went into my fellowship. Studying Chinese, and then I started my PhD, and then I've been on a medical break. So I've done fairly okay, like managing to continue streaming a good bit, but I've only taken like one serious break, I would say, and that was summer 2022. Yeah, whenever I was doing my language intensive program.
Okay.
Learning Tibetan, and I was just like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because I was in class from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. or like 8 a.m. to maybe 1 p.m. But it was still just like I also was just like kind of like not burnt out, but I was a little like overwhelmed with like the balancing of things. Like I felt, I don't know, was having some imposter syndrome and just not enjoying
Oh
going
yeah.
live. And I was like, whoop,
Hmm.
we don't need that because that's not the
Yeah.
point of this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
And
came back
sometimes,
and we're good.
yeah. I know like sometimes like I just like get home and like it's like I could stream, or it's like I could just be comfy and
Yeah.
relax a little bit and not have to worry about, like being entertaining or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because that takes a lot of effort for you. Be entertaining.
Yeah. All right.
Smile. But we are both introverted in that case, which
Yeah.
is like, yeah, where it does like, we have to kind of have the energy for it. Which is funny because whenever I do the co-working stream so far, like I definitely like I just get into my little introverted bubble and just doing my thing, and then like the
Mhm.
break happens and I'm like, wait, I have to talk.
Yeah.
I have
I
to theoretically engage for these 10 minutes.
I can go without talking for very long periods of time. I don't need to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. We've
Like,
talked about this too because it also drives Gary crazy.
yeah.
It's just so funny. Yeah.
Mhm. I had a preceptor recently to
Mhm.
where I spent the day with him, and it's like I feel that if I didn't say anything, he wouldn't have said anything. We would have sat in silence the entire
Dang.
time. I was only with him for a day, but like I went and I like started asking him questions, and he explained things really well once he did
Nice.
get talking, but it
Yeah.
was like a
A little push that you're
yeah.
like, all right, I'm not used to this side of a coin.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, I could relax or stream. Yeah, because there's definitely some days where I'm just like, nah, I'm too tired.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like obviously, if consistency is good to a certain extent, if you're trying to, if you have certain goals with this, but if you're not having fun, then it's like people can tell,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
because yeah, I'll notice I'll like if I'm already too tired, I'll like start stream in a bad mindset, and then
Hmm.
it'll just kind of get worse from there. Depending, it could definitely get better, um,
Yeah,
if I'm
I
already
feel
starting
that.
off, then it's usually like really hard to come out of that.
So you touched on a bit how you speed run Spyro and
Mhm.
Crash and other games,
Mhm.
including Resident Evil. Do you want to kind of like, I guess, like list off all the games and categories you have like done a recorded run on?
How much time do you have? Because
Bring it. Come on, we got time.
okay, because
I'm
I've
making you
ran
talk.
so many different categories. Sometimes just like one-off types of things,
Yeah. Okay,
but
gotcha.
because I run the 3 Spyro games, the 3 Crash games. I've ran the remakes of those
Yeah.
games. Uh, I've done Resident Evil 2 runs, Resident Evil 7 runs, which I haven't
Hmm.
submitted yet because my stream kept crashing at some
Oh
point.
no. Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
remember that. That was
mhm,
so annoying.
yeah. Um, and then I'll do like different combinations of like the Spyro and Crash games. So I've done, the Spyro 337, which is the first 3
Yeah.
games in one sitting. The Crash 305, which is those 3 games in one sitting, and then the Crash
And
Vecto,
how
which
long
is
are those categories again?
for me the Spyro trilogy takes around 8 hours. The Crash trilogy I think takes me like 6.5, and then there is one where it's like all 6 games in one sitting.
Yeah.
Uh, my record's just under 15 hours for that, or my PB.
How do you
Record.
approach learning? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say yeah. Record is just over 11 hours. So
Yeah.
long way to
Oof.
go there, but I really haven't been running those games recently.
Yeah, it's like they take time or something to
Yeah,
like really whittle
actually
it down.
practicing.
What's that?
Yeah.
So, like, how do you manage to survive those really long streams? And like, how have you approached learning those runs? Because it's just like mind blowing to me.
um, it depends. It depends on the game really, because like Spyro is a lot more like the levels are bigger and you have to learn the routes for them. And once you learn the
Hmm.
routes, it's not too bad. And then it's just like getting quicker at it and like watching people who are better than you, which is always a good way to improve.
Yeah, and also humbling.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely watching people who are better than you is A really good way to learn. Uh,
Mm,
and like learning their routes, or if they do something that's too hard for you, like find someone else who maybe does something a little easier, and then you just have to take
hmm.
it chunks at a time. So learning a
Yeah.
level at a time. With the Crash games, it's just kind of like that's more just like practicing because all the levels are pretty linear.
Yeah.
It's ooh, my camera
Makes
just
sense.
um. So that's just like practicing, doing the levels over and over again, and then uh, Resident Evil takes a lot to kind of get started because like with the Spyro and Crash games, you could just kind of jump in and stumble your way through the run in a way because the games themselves are fairly easy. Crash is a little harder, but they're not too bad to where most people who've like played video games can get their way through them. Um,
Yeah.
to where like Resident Evil has like very specific routes, like
Hmm.
certain ammo pickups, and then certain strats you need to learn, or else you're just gonna have a very bad time.
Yeah, and more RNG too, would you say?
yeah,
And with
there's
enemies coming at you
yeah
in
there
different like
there's some RNG. Thankfully, in like RE2, RNG is pretty manageable, and
okay.
there's only like a certain set of like patterns, like with like zombie placements, and you just need to learn what to do in like each situation.
Hmm. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved like whenever you're like, wait, what are some different names? So just what are the zombies in the library, for instance, that like
Oh,
you're like trying to swerve?
oh, I forgot what I was actually like thinking of the
Alice or
names.
something?
I know there's Eleanor in the library.
Oh, it is Eleanor. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Eleanor. I love her
yeah.
when she eats you.
Yeah. yeah, you have to run past her like 3 times and she'll be in like different spots.
Yeah, no, good times watching your runs and stuff. That's so funny too, but like you actually haven't been able to submit a run because of your computer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I don't know what happened with it, but like it's the same exact spot. The stream
oh,
just
weird.
crashed
Well,
for
you
a
know,
couple
you could
seconds.
just admit here that you do hacks.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I do my splice at the very end of the run after I lose control.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
hmm
Yeah, no, I'm on to you, Ryan. I got you.
Yeah.
As you may tell, Ryan and I have like a certain degree of banter here.
Yeah.
It's because Ryan has had the honor of being the first person online I have met IRL because Ryan is doing school in Texas, and that's all I'm going to specify there for his
Yeah.
sake, but in places that is not too bad for me to travel to. Um, so do you want to recap how our first hang and the other times we met up?
Which one? Which one was it? Was it when we
It was
went
in
on that hike?
Austin.
Yeah, I know it was in
Yeah, it
Austin.
was, and it was hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really hot.
But we went to a couple
But
breweries afterwards and like cooled
yeah,
down a good bit.
yeah. So yeah, we just went on a little hike and then went to a couple breweries and just hung out for a little bit. But
Yeah, it was chill.
it was fun. And then
Uh,
we took that picture. That's now your Enviro forehead picture.
yeah, yeah, and wait, the tree, and vor tree or something. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, it is forehead. Yeah,
yeah,
because guess what? Ryan is much taller than me.
yeah.
I am 5 foot, and how tall are you?
6'4". Mhm.
Dynamic duo here.
Yeah, yeah. And then we've met up a few times in San Antonio.
And then also in my town too, like with you driving through.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did drive through your town once. And
Torchies, God
yeah,
bless.
yeah. I think every time,
Torchies is one of our
or,
consistent ones now.
yeah, almost every time we've hung out, we went to Torchies.
Ooh, we might, yeah. Depending on Twitch people, we should maybe coerce Twitch people to like maybe go to Torchies at some point.
Yes.
For the wedding weekend. Anyway, we can talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was I the first person you met? I know you met
No.
people recent, like right before or something, or like like fairly close to whenever we met, and then I met Veggie literally a week after we hung
Okay.
out. Like literally the next weekend is whenever I first met Veggie.
Yeah, I've met a few people before you.
Right? Yeah.
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 And they're from like back where in my hometown in California.
Yeah.
They were near there, so we hung out for a little
Yeah.
bit.
So it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hung out with you. I'm trying to think because I've hung out with Kay
Throwing Gart
before.
in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gary.
Yeah. And Kay.
Um,
Mhm.
there were like a couple people. Oh, I met up with Gage once. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know
that's right.
Gage.
That's
Yeah.
like I think that was why you were driving through my town
Yes.
because
Yeah.
yeah, he was on a work trip or something
Yeah. He was up
in
in
the Fort Worth
Dallas.
area.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. He says he's gonna be around me in June, but I will be gone.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna be out of Texas. That's gonna be so weird.
I know. I'm gonna be going on a cruise the second week of June.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Celebrate your graduation.
Yeah.
So, who all among your friends, family, and colleagues know about your streaming and gaming?
Not too much. I know I've mentioned it to my parents before, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not really into like internet stuff.
Yeah.
So, and
My
then
mom listens to this podcast, but I don't think she's ever I don't think she's ever even had an interest in watching my stream, and we can keep it that way, Mom. It's okay.
and then I know like some of my friends from undergrad know because they're the ones who got me back into Twitch, kind of.
Oh, gotcha.
Because one of my friends started streaming, and then kind of went from there, and they're still regulars in my chat.
Oh, okay, that's cool. And you told me one time a pharmacist you used to work with.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was one of the pharmacists I worked with before pharmacy school. He was into video games and stuff, and he plays a lot of Diablo 3. So like we were talking about that, and he's like a big like Nintendo gamer. He plays Zelda and Mario and stuff.
Solid.
But yeah, he used to come on my stream a lot more. I haven't seen him much recently, but I know he's busy. He has a kid and stuff. So
child.
Yeah.
Children ruining the gaming. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I need to try to meet up with him next time I go home.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, catch up with everything you've been doing and stuff. I wonder what he'd think about your Resident Evil runs.
Yeah.
Because it's so different in some ways compared to other content that you were doing. Like, so speaking of like your streaming career stuff, like what has been a highlight for you, would you say?
Yeah, aside from like, I've had like some goals like with like PBs and stuff like that, but I think one of the coolest things I've done was that 1545 relay I organized a couple years ago now.
That was sick. Mm-hmm.
And Cookie and I, Cookie Naval, we organized pretty much everything and made the schedule and stuff. Just had people sign up and turn it into a charity event. And I think we raised like over like $1,500 with it.
That's so cool.
Over a weekend.
Yeah.
And it was definitely stressful because I was handling all like the computer stuff over on my side.
Oh my gosh.
And thankfully we had like our 2 longest runs going at night so I can actually sleep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because
if you're the smaller run events, then it's just like, when does one sleep?
Because most of them hover around like 2 hours, and then you have a couple that are
just not enough time.
Yeah, so we had one of the guys running Galaxy 2, which is like a 9-hour run.
Oh, that's classic. That's good.
And then there was Donkey Kong 64, which is like a 6-hour run or so. And those kind of went overnight, and I tried to sleep as much as I could through that. We had one person no-show, so we had to scramble on the fly. Thankfully, we had one of our crash runner, Claxy. He moved up. He was there already, so we put him in, and then we had another guy, Ringo, who filled in for Super Mario 64. He like hadn't played the game in a while, spent like a few hours warming up, and then did the run and he did a really good run, which I'm really thankful for.
Amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It was stressful too, but like someone just didn't show up.
Yeah.
I'm so curious who, but I know you won't tell me, especially on here. But
I had my computer crash about halfway through, and then during the last run, my power went out.
I remembered that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well.
Yeah. Good old
But you still
Texas.
raised a lot of money.
Good old Texas. But it came back before the end.
Yay!
So my power is out for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
But I was like so upset because like got through the entire thing and then just like there's something out of my control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's not your tech. It's like
yeah.
Just Texas being Texas.
Yeah. But, it ended up being a really cool event. I'd like to do another one day, but I don't have the time at the moment. But
yeah,
maybe someday.
Yeah, that'd be fun too if I could do a run for that. I know it's not similar or by Zelda stuff is a little different, but
yeah,
I can still insert myself into that space.
Yeah,
a bit of a different type of question, I guess, than the others. But what has it been like for you being Mexican American on Twitch?
You know, I haven't really had like I guess like trouble with that in a sense. I don't know. That's actually a really hard question.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think of our spaces as being pretty white largely, but also like people being usernames. You don't know that, or you don't get to know until like maybe context clues.
Yeah,
but
and I guess like most of the places I hang out with are like very accepting of everyone. So like I haven't really had too much trouble on Twitch from that. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, because I'm sure that I know a lot of, there's like the new Latino guild. And I can only imagine what some people have to go through with like hate bots and stuff, especially being like, say, darker. I feel like the darker you are, probably the worse off. Yeah. Or the more cautious you are, probably. Yeah,
like I've definitely seen stuff happen to like other people, but thankfully it hasn't happened to me, at least yet. Knock on wood.
Yeah. But, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Please don't let this jinx it. Please, come on.
Yeah, I've actually
this video pops off and everyone comes to like troll you.
Yeah, I've actually been very like even with like like follow bots and hate raids, I've seemed to have avoided them when they were popping off in a bad way.
Yeah, I think I've had one. I don't know if it was I think I've had one minor hate raid, but it was a very tiny one, and it was pretty easy to squash.
Yeah.
And I haven't had weird bots come in or weird people in general come in for a while until last week. Last week I had two random things happen that I was just like, whoa, this is taking me back to 2020 Twitch here. Like one was like a bot that just immediately went into Russian and was just like, wake up.
Oh.
I was like, all right. Cool. I was on Just Chatting though, so for the co-working, and it was like, that's probably why. Yeah, for context, Just Chatting is like the largest category on Twitch, and is a kind of hot mess of a lot of different things. There isn't like a proper co-working stream category, so a lot of like people just use Just Chatting, even though ironically we're usually muted while we're working.
Yeah.
There is technically a co-working category, but like people have kind of like some people have taken to be like for that, but it is technically a game. I don't know, but it's like pretty small, kind of random. But yeah, and then the second one, which actually was like within 5 minutes of this first one, it was someone who was definitely a person. Said hi, like a very normal person, and then immediately asked like, Israel or Palestine? Who do you stand with?
Oh,
Yeah, and it was most likely an, Israeli oriented person or bot. I don't know, but the account was only made like a week before. And they were like, oh yeah, I have 1.3k followers. You could never. Just like, all right, this is weird. Bye.
Yeah. I have had some weird people come in that they like to ask questions in a way that like I think they're trying to like get you on something. Yeah,
or get a rise out of you or something. Yeah.
Or it's like what do you think about like this group of people? And it's like, and then you could like try to call them out on it, and they'll be like, I didn't say anything.
Or your silence is saying plenty.
Yeah.
Something like that. Good times. So hopefully keep that down. It was just like so random because I haven't had it in years.
Yeah.
Shout out to SiriBot. That's a good one for minimizing hate raids, I believe,
Okay.
or bot raids and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. But yeah, glad it hasn't been too much an issue in our
Yeah.
circles, at least.
Yeah.
Or
I
the
try
circles
to
that we all run in.
I
It's
try to
good.
surround myself with good people.
Likewise,
So,
yeah, it's more, yeah, it's nicer that way.
yeah.
Like, because speedrunners, like speedrunning community on Twitch, I feel like, at least for like our circles, like Nintendo-ish, it's like, adjacent-ish stuff. I don't know, like, if
Mhm.
how to categorize Sprash stuff, but it's like, I feel like it's fairly wholesome. It do be a lot of guys though, at least for
Yeah.
like from like my perspective, like
Uh-huh.
it can be interesting where I do feel instances of being mansplained to, or
Mhm.
like people being genuinely surprised I get through a passage or something, or like
Mhm.
get a trick that like I'm like, no, I put in the work for this, or
Mhm.
like I don't know, I play games enough, like I know how to connect dots, like I have a brain actually,
Uh-huh.
which is contrary to what you may imagine, like I can like figure things out.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of more typical of that aspect, but people don't, it's more in the microaggression than it is outright aggression sort of territory, at least for our areas.
Mhm.
That yeah.
Yeah. For like the majority of the time, like most of the people in like the Spyro and Crash communities are pretty good. We've had
Yeah.
like there's been some incidents that have happened.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that popping up on Twitter and stuff, but
Yeah.
you gotta work it out sometimes.
Yeah.
Things can be super complicated
Mhm.
too.
But thankfully most of the time they're pretty chill. I do see
Yeah.
I do see stuff in the Spyro Discord every once in a while.
Yeah, you're just like, oh,
Yeah. They'll start arguing about stuff.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
nothing bad, but just like, what are we gonna do for like the leaderboards on this specific issue? And then there's like the two sides, and they're going at it, and just like a lot of mess.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
read them because there's just so many. But
Yeah, Zelda will have that too. I know,
Mhm.
like, yeah, or Wind Waker and stuff, like
Mhm.
Linkus and his community, or Linkus will like have usually a strong opinion that is probably different from the majority of the top runners. But then
Mhm.
because Linkus has like, the largest platform of all the runners combined, brings all these people who are like, no, it should be this way, even though they don't have voting power, but then they get the complain about it. I guess that's happened a few times, I will say, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of like raging in video, or like for where someone doing runs and then like say loses, I don't know, a trick goes badly and then like they lose a second and then they like say rage quit or something.
Uh-huh.
Can't say that's my cup of tea for sure. I mean, obviously people react different ways.
Mhm.
It's something that they've put in a lot of hours too, but
Yeah.
that's just like the circles that I tend to just kind of swerve a little bit.
Yeah. I watch like a lot of different speedrunners for, different reasons, and
Mhm.
it's easy to get, upset, and
Yeah.
sometimes people, they're trying for so long and it's like they can't get in. Just like it is exhausting sometimes, and it just kind of
Mhm.
boils down to something. So I can't really blame uh people for, getting mad sometimes, but
Mhm.
I definitely agree with you to where like people are just like constantly raging and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't really.
I mean, some people like that environment,
Yeah.
but yeah, and there's plenty of that on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just speed running even,
Yeah.
like just say a lot of Apex or like say FPS games. Quick to find that for a lot of guys, and a lot of them are the top people. Like Ninja, I believe, is pretty good at throwing a fit, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say I watch Ninja too much. I don't know if I've ever watched him. So
Yeah.
I've just like seen enough clips, because I will sometimes watch Pokimane, or at least some of her videos, and especially if she like gets thrown into like another quote unquote controversy, which inevitably is just like a bunch of guys like complaining about her standing up for herself, and then she has to kind of be like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have spoken up, except no, I mean, I'm going to speak up. So
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of like any big streamers on Twitch, just because like I go on Twitch to like interact with and chat with like people. So can't really do that in big streams. I think the only like
sure.
big streamer I watch is I Ate Your Pie. who's
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
he
heard
does
him.
like the Ironmon stuff like that, and he's like
Oh,
one of the
that's cool.
first people I watched on Twitch back in like 2017,
Hmm. Gotcha.
and that's actually where I learned about speedrunning. Is he would do Galaxy speed runs starting late at night, and I'd go to sleep watching him and wake up to watch the end of the run.
Amazing.
he had those hours, but I think he's
Hmm.
the only like big streamer I watch. Most people I watch are like max maybe like 200 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
The only one I'm currently kind of watching semi consistently is a Lethal Company player.
oh, okay.
But he's this Swiss guy, like who's 40. His name is what's his name? Like he goes by Psycho.
Oh,
But I think he
okay.
has another username, or like he has a more full username. But
Mhm.
he does a lot of horror games. But he's a really chill person.
Oh, okay.
Um, and yeah, no, he's chill. So, and
Yeah.
also very good at Lethal Company. So I've picked up a lot of tips from him.
Yeah.
But I don't interact at all.
Yeah.
I just I just didn't have it on in the background, and like because I like the ambient noises that come from it too.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, why don't we get into the final portion, which is the questions I like to ask every week.
Okay.
What is something video game related or otherwise that has you currently pog champing, has you pause champing, and something that you're pretty resident sleeper about?
So I think something I'm excited about. I just got
Yeah.
Helldivers.
Oh, let's go.
I got Helldivers and I guess the newest Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh
So
yeah.
I've been kind of playing through those recently, and they've been
Hmm.
pretty fun. And then currently just waiting for the next Destiny expansion,
Yeah.
which is
Or explosion, I guess, if the game
yeah.
dies.
Hopefully it's good. I'm really hoping it's good because
Yeah. I'm hoping for you it's good.
ending a 10-year saga on a dud would be very disappointing.
And now
But
Resident Sleeper.
Resident Sleeper, I don't even know, to be honest, because I mean
Or you kind
past
of just like think it's overrated, or just like like just like don't really are not that interested about that maybe others might be really excited about, or I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm just like I know what I like in games, and
Hmm.
there's stuff that I think is like not that fun that other people really like. Like I know a lot of my friends are into like Baldur's Gate 3. I cannot play that game on my own.
Hmm.
I have to play with other
Yeah,
people.
I think Veggie and I have talked about where whenever we're together next, like maybe like starting a file, but then like we make the choices together, but he plays
Yeah.
it mostly. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, talked about doing that a while ago. We did that actually with gosh, I'm blanking on it. It's like a horror game, but it's like you choose your path, like you choose the
Oh,
text,
Until Dawn.
It's the same people as Until Dawn, but it's
Oh,
their
okay.
newer game.
Oh, I
I
didn't know
forget
they
what
had
it's
a
called,
newer
like the
game.
cabin or something, or the quarry. The quarry. There we
The
go.
Quarry. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Brenda's song's in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny, but
I've
yeah.
seen a playthrough of Until Dawn. I haven't played it yet because I think it just recently came to PC.
Oh yeah, yeah. I kind of want to watch Until Dawn. I don't think I'll play it. I am very glad I watched Veggie play the quarry, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was not actually, even though like there wasn't that much action to do, it was still just like enough where I was like, nope, not on me.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about pressing the
Yeah.
S key or something in a certain time frame.
Yeah. Also,
Also
another
just straight up
thing.
werewolves.
Yeah. Another thing I'm excited about is the new Stardew Valley update.
Oh yeah, I've heard good
I
things. I've heard a lot about mayo.
Yeah, I guess you could drink the mayo now.
Yum.
Yeah, but you can put
Yeah.
hats on your dogs. So
Oh my. Okay, that's exciting.
yeah,
I don't know why why is everyone talking about mayo? Maybe I've just been hearing a lot of white people talk about mayo.
yeah. I haven't played it yet, but I want to get
Yeah.
a other thing going.
I
and
never got into oh my god, Resident Valley. Stardew Valley. I liked it, and I loved Harvest Moon as a kid, which is
Mhm.
its main inspiration. But I don't know. Maybe just because I know it can be such a time suck, and it's not
Yeah, it can
exactly linear. You know what I mean?
You-
Like
you-
it does have linear stuff, but
You'll
don't know.
definitely fall into that trap of just one more day, just one more
Oh,
day,
yeah.
2 in the morning,
That's
just
me with
one more
Data
day.
Diver.
Yeah, and because the days aren't too long, they're maybe like 20 minutes each, like in real time.
Yeah. Mhm.
So you're just always like, I could do one more.
Yeah.
The beginning of the game is pretty slow. But
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I would always get to like the end of summer, I think, and then it'd be like, all right, cool. I
yeah,
just forget about it.
yeah. I
And
think
I
once you
have
get
it
to
even on PC and Switch,
yeah.
but I don't
I
know.
I have
I
it
don't
on
like.
like PC. I have it on, or I bought it on my Xbox. I have it on my phone. Uh,
Wow, committed. You
yeah,
are a real. You should really go for a brand deal with them.
I should. Yeah,
Even though
the
I don't think you've
concerned
ever
eight,
streamed it.
the one developer. Do you want to sponsor me?
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
please, please. Come on, farming
Yeah.
farming RPGs are pretty big on Twitch.
Yeah. I don't think I have ever streamed it though.
Yeah.
I know Danny and I were talking about like just messing around and doing a speed run of it one day.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Ems and Abby, they do mine 90%
Oh,
or
okay.
50 level mine. Ooh, I
Okay.
should know this better.
Hmm.
Ems, don't listen to this. Anyway, moving on. A bit of a serious question, if you want it to be. What has Twitch meant to you?
Um Twitch Twitch means a lot to me because that's where like a lot of the people that I interact with daily are from Twitch.
Yeah,
Um
same.
Especially moving to a brand new state,
Hmm.
knowing nobody in the middle of a pandemic when I couldn't even like meet my classmates.
Yeah.
uh Twitch definitely helped that out, and started making friends, which online meeting friends is like not like a new thing, but like
Hmm.
I know like talking to like, my parents and stuff, it's like kind of unheard of for them.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and it's not something really I haven't done. Like I've never really like made friends playing games on like Xbox or
Hmm.
anything like that. So, it's kind of like new territory for me as well, but
Hmm.
I've had, some groups of friends for now like over 3 years.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, same.
it's gone to the point where, I talk to some of them almost daily. I've hung out with some of them. Play games with a bunch of them all the time. I was literally just
Hmm.
playing Helldivers with Gaffy before this podcast,
Amazing.
and then afterwards, I think we're gonna go play some Destiny. So,
Classic. Oh, that
yeah,
was a beautiful little statement.
but yeah, I would like to be able to meet more people,
Hmm.
which is it. Just the distance between everyone, like having friends in literally all over the world,
Yeah.
is cool, but also like I want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, it'd be cool to hang out IRL, even though like we do a pretty good job of like how, I don't know, the ways that we're able to hang out that is still very meaningful and
Hmm.
fulfilling, despite it not being geographically close
Yeah.
proximity.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's chill. I share a lot of those same sentiments.
Hmm.
All right, rapid fire question.
All
What
right.
is your favorite emote?
Emote of mine or emote of other?
Any, or maybe you could do one of yours and then also just like a general like 7TV emote, and then if you want to do like I guess someone else's emote, like of like someone's badge. I don't know.
I still think my favorite one is still the bongo emote.
So good.
It's
Yeah.
so good. As soon as Jem sent me like the sketch of it, I was like, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Done deal.
Change nothing about it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I think emote that I use like that's not mine, because like I definitely use Clink Clock the most.
Yeah.
I
I
use
wasn't
it.
trying to bait you to say
Yeah,
Cleveland, which
yeah,
for anyone who doesn't know, it's literally a picture of Cleo like waving her arm, although it's like not an actual thing, but like it's just like it's a very funny image.
yeah.
I will make it onto video.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's a really good one.
Yeah. Ryan likes to use it for any greetings, which in turn means I use it for greetings if I don't use a bongo.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of like extension emotes,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look at them because I switch
Hmm.
around which ones I use all the time.
Hmm. What
Um
about right now? Like what is one of the ones that you've been using?
probably I guess maybe yep. Yep, I use all the freaking
Yep.
time. Yeah.
It's classic. It's so
Hmm.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this has been such good fun. I don't want to keep you from your gaming with Gaffy. Where can people find you, Ryan?
You could find me on twitch.tv/HammerHeadLabs. On Twitter, I don't know who calls it X, but
yeah,
on Twitter it's at @hammerhead_labs.
Oh,
I couldn't get it without the underscore. There. Yeah, unfortunately.
The lack of brand consistency. Get him out.
I have started like doing like some YouTube stuff.
YouTube?
Yeah, and that one's just Hammerhead Labs. I don't have the custom URL for it though because I don't have enough subscribers.
Oh, wait. How do I have it then?
Oh, you know what? They changed it.
Oh, right.
They changed it recently to where you have the @ I forgot they did that. So it's just like @Hammerhead Labs, or I don't know how YouTube does it.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll have it all down below too. So
yeah.
And then you also use TikTok too, right?
Yeah, not that much.
Kinda.
Yeah, I'll upload stuff every once in a while there, but
yeah, same here. I don't know. I mean, also, yeah, it may be band suits.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
It's definitely on thin ice with the government.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Of any of the platforms, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Twitch, if you ask like people every like 6 months or so, they'll say Twitch is dying.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's constantly saying that, even though it's been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was good fun. Thank you for chatting with me, Ryan, and can't wait to see you in a few weeks, probably. Yeah. Oh, Ryan. I love that human. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Humans of Twitch and getting to know this wonderful human. If you liked what was being discussed, be sure to go follow him and all of the things down below, and maybe find him at a pharmacy near you. Just kidding. Anyway, if you enjoyed what was being played in your ear holes, be sure to give us a 5-star review and subscribe. And yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to also subscribe and like and comment, because that helps. And yeah, thank you for joining us in this week's episode, and I will see you next week. Alrighty, bye!